Hey guys, Mr. Abyss here with Life as a Shonen. If you're enjoying the content on our channel, go ahead and like our video and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to go ahead and get updates whenever we put out a new video, go ahead and click that little bell down there as well. Enjoy! Howdy ho, Kai! Alright guys, we're back at it again this week for the latest, for a review of the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super and the final episode as well, episode 131. Sorry it took me so long to do this, plus I got like 3 videos to catch up on. I lost my charger for my laptop for about 4 days and then randomly found it in my laptop bag. I know, really smart, right? But, let's get right into it. Now, this review, it's even worse, not worse, but what I mean is it's even more dividing in my heart than the last episode. After a week has passed, I look back on that episode, 130 was trash. Trash. But what it did do is break any worry of mine about storytelling or power scaling or anything like that, and allowed me to just enjoy the final episode, which was so awesome. Loved this episode. But what I meant by the 2 ways is you can either care about those things, and it was just as trash as anything else has been. I mean, let's be honest. Or you get rid of those things, and it was everything Dragon Ball's supposed to be. Now, first we'll get started off with Jiren's current power level at the beginning of the episode. He's a very beat down man, and from what I can see, his power falls in between like Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken. Somewhere in between there, because Golden Frieza could fuck with him, but still got beat down in the end. So I would guess that yes, his power's fallen, but he's nowhere near weak. Like, he's still stronger than just about anybody on the field. But continuing on. After that, you got a combination of 17 and Golden Frieza taking on Jiren together. And to be honest, 17, if I remember correctly, wasn't too helpful in the fight. Which power scaling wise would make sense. He shouldn't be able to be on the field even. Even Frieza was dead, and now he can just go golden. But whatever, get that out of there. I won't forget about that. One thing I enjoyed about this big time was the focusing of Frieza. Frieza's taking on Jiren. I wouldn't call Frieza like a coward, but he definitely chooses his spots to come into. He reminds me of an animal that gives insane once he smells blood. Frieza, the moment he noticed a weakness in Jiren, boom, Frieza's all about it. Before he would run in, get pwned, thrown back, worry about Frieza in 7 more episodes. This time, he noticed something was a little different about Jiren, so he became the forefront fighter. I mean, Frieza was the main force in this one. I loved it. Love Frieza. Frieza's my favorite villain, so it's hard for me not to like it. And 17, though he shouldn't be able to be that effective power-wise against Jiren, he is their best strategical fighter by far. I mean, this entire tournament of power, 17's been putting in very, very, very important work. Instead of just charging head-on, he'll sit back and strategize. I like it. He's like a Naruto fighter to me almost. You got to sit back, see what the enemy's doing. What are you going to be able to do? Which attack work? Okay, these 2 guys are going. I should step back. I've got boundless energy. Let me just fire blasts at him. Pretty smart. Smartest fighter on the team. I mean, he's easily the MVP of the entire Tournament of Power. Something else weird that I noticed, and I don't know why I've never noticed this in other animes, because they do it. At one point, Jiren spit up some white spit stuff. And they do that sometimes in animes. I don't know if it's just to get around, that's supposed to be blood. Because all the other guys had blood. I mean, whatever. But it happens in other animes. They'll puke something up and it just looks like spit. For some reason, a shitload of spit came out of his stomach. I don't really understand it. It always throws me off a little bit. But whatever. After they had teamed up and were fighting Jiren, and 17 stepped aside and kind of let Golden Frieza handle it. Because, as he should be, Golden Frieza's on an entire another tier than 17. But you get this extremely cool moment where Jiren's on his knees. It's done. He's been shown that his way of life, his beliefs, this thing that got him so far, is worthless. And you get this scene of Frieza standing in front of him with his finger in his face, lighting up his death beam, ready to fire Jiren. I guess throw him off the ring because he can't kill him. And that's another thing about this tournament. Whatever. Can't kill him, knock him out, get this over with. But you have Toppo jump in for a moment. And Toppo throws out his speech and blah, blah, blah. Don't give up your pride, Jiren, for this. You're the strongest man. I've always believed in your strength. If there's anyone on the Universe 11 team that Jiren should not have, like, gotten a confidence-boosting speech from, it's fucking Toppo. When Toppo was fighting Vegeta, who gave up their pride for the God of Destruction power? Who gave up every single bit of everything that they were for power? And yet you turn around and tell Jiren to stop doing this. Don't give up your pride. You're stronger than this. Toppo's a hypocrite. Shouldn't be the one talking about this. But who cares about Toppo? After that speech is given up, the Jiren that was slowly falling out of Super Saiyan Blue level, all of a sudden powers up back to the level that he was against Ultra Instinct Goku. Why do I think this? The aura was identical. Things were burning, shit was melting around him. It's the exact same aura. So now he's gone from like here, and then here's like 17 and Frieza, to like up here. I mean, can you see on the camera? That should show you how far he is. This should no longer be a thing. That's if you care about the power scaling, though. Throw away the power scaling, and now we get a badass fight. So as Jiren's powering up, Frieza and 17 cannot handle the blast. Honestly, in my opinion, if you think about the power scaling, they should have just like been incinerated or just completely thrown off the ring. But no, they hold it back a little while. Frieza, and actually, 17's yelling at Frieza to output more power. 17 can handle it. It's not like, it may be more energy than he can put out at the time, but he can keep it going forever. Frieza, on the other hand, it cannot. And he actually falls out of Golden back to regular final form Frieza. So, I mean, at that moment, the blast should just envelop them. Game over, done. But Goku's so weak that he has to use instant transmission to stand up and get over there to them. Which means he shouldn't really be able to help at all. I mean, it's like, okay, he used Ultra Instinct and it had this huge blowback. I mean, it even shocked Whis. The black aura's coming out of him, it knocks him out. One episode later, he's completely fine. I'm not saying completely fine because his left eye was slightly closed, but it should have been over. When he used Kaioken back when he first got it, knocked him out for a while. But now all of a sudden, Ultra Instinct doesn't do anything. Whatever. Here's where you take all of that power scaling, all of your care about stories, all that extra stuff, and you throw that out the window. Because the next, 7 minutes were the greatest thing in Dragon Ball Super I've ever seen. It was Frieza and Goku teaming up, going head-on against Jiren, with 17 in the back throwing support rounds at them. They've never done this in a fight. That was so tactical. I loved it. You have them just with 17 back there just throwing bombs at Jiren. And Jiren even notices that 17's doing that and has to go straight at 17. I mean, it was just irritating. Yes, I can handle these two guys, maybe, but with him back there throwing bombs at me, there's not too much, this is getting a little rough. So we go straight at 17. 17 ends up getting saved. And the fight continues on. You get a very, 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 very cool moment. It was actually a little earlier where Frieza's talking to Goku and asking me, are you going to keep your promise? If I do something here and we take Jiren out, you have to keep your promise because I'm not doing it for shit else. And Goku's as honest as he is, I'm going to do it. Dude, I stood in front of you and gave you power when you were on your last leg. You know I'm good for it. To which Frieza says, fine. And Frieza's resolve here is shown, and he's second to me to 17. I'll give you the list at the end of the thing. Frieza was my favorite character of the entire arc. He goes full power, and grabs onto Jiren's arm and is going to take him and blow and fall out of the ring or force them out of the ring by himself. I mean, he's grabbing onto Jiren's body. They're falling through rocks, flame aura all around him. And Jiren's getting pissed. He takes Frieza, and Frieza will not let go of him, which is what made me so happy. He refused to let go. He's getting slammed into rocks, thrown against things. And you hear Frieza just, and he will not let go. The resolve of Frieza there, I've never seen that before. I mean, you kind of do. You get these little hints and instances of where Frieza, he's very, once he finds a goal, he's going to go after it. And as far as he's concerned, he's going to get it. Now, sadly, the Frieza's resolve was not enough to fight or take down Jiren. So you had to have Goku jump in and join him as well. At this point, 17 spent. When Jiren attacked him, there's not much else he can do. Shouldn't have been anything he should do anyways. But you have this moment where it's Frieza and Goku both holding onto and going at Jiren to force him out of the ring, and they do it together. Great, great, great. I loved it. I was fine with it. But remember, this is under the rules of don't care about storytelling. Loved it. It was great. The fight was 10 times better than 130. If I had to put like how cool the fights were in this Tournament of Power, I would say number one was 129. I loved episode 129 when you had the Barry Allen stuff where Goku's going so fast it just looks like his hands are vibrating. That's some of the coolest stuff I've seen in Dragon Ball. After that, I would go with the first appearance. Ooh, no. The second appearance of Ultra Instinct Goku against Kefla. I know a lot of people had a bad feeling about the Kefla fight, but I really enjoyed it. The power scaling kind of did make a little more sense back then. If you've got to think about power level times power level, put that together, that's a godlike being. Kefla should have been as strong. It was like creating Vegito. I'm fine with that. After that, you get Ultra Instinct's first appearance, which was amazing. It was great. And then maybe I would throw in, episode 130. It was kind of, like I said in the last review, it was more of the same. Whereas this episode was like, I've never seen any of this. Goku and Frieza truly fighting as a team to the point where Vegeta was kind of like, oh, that should be me out there. You could see it in Vegeta's eyes, which it should have been. Of course, they're always going to do him wrong. I don't think they like Vegeta. I don't really know what's going on there. Maybe he's more of an American character. Or more of a, maybe the fan base of America likes him more than the fan base in Japan. I don't know. But even when he gets his due, they just strip it away. Except for one thing, which I'll address at the end of the video. So now, I wanted to give my list of in the MVP race for this Tournament of Power. Number one, I'm going to do it backwards because I haven't really thought about it or written it down. So I had to go through it here live. Number one, you got to get to 17. I mean, to come and to have not been around since the Android saga, then to come in and pretty much show the rest of the team how it's supposed to be done, using tactics. He's going against people, putting them in his little barriers, exploding inside of that so they can't get away. Throwing in multiple barriers, even if the guy's stronger than him, he's got to bust through 12 of the. He's a smart fighter. The smartest fighter, in my opinion. Shits on Goku at intelligence. Number two, I'm going with Frieza. Well, so I'll go 17, Vegeta, Goku, Frieza, and who would be my fifth? The rest is just fodder. Master Roshi, just because the that little pot he uses, the Mafuba, is the most OP. Okay, Master Roshi technically could have taken down Jiren. I'll put it that way. But one thing that was really cool at the end of this, the wishing. That's right. So the fight ends, Jiren gets knocked out. Instantly we go to the end of the tournament, which I was fine with. Let's get this shit over with. And they ask for 17's wish. If you remember at the beginning of the thing, 17 wanted to get a boat to take his family on trips around the world or something like that. You gotta weigh the things, boat, universes, boat, trillions of lives, boat. So he does the right thing, resurrects all the other universes, as everyone pretty much knew. I think people get into the problem of, it's stuck in this nostalgia of Dragon Ball Z, to where it was easier to make you happy when you were that age, so you get to Dragon Ball Super, and you expect all these amazing things. But along the way, you've added how to analyze a story. You understand what is power scaling, what is storytelling, and you get to Dragon Ball Super, and it doesn't have many of those things done very well. The fighting is still cool, but the storytelling is pretty shitty. The power scaling, for a while, was okay, but my God, at the end of the Tournament of Power, what the hell happened there? But overall, my feeling... So, universes get brought back. You get little clips of everybody in their universes. And one of them really made me really depressed. You remember the Trios de Dangers? I forgot what universe. Maybe Universe 3? So all the other universes, they're showing little pictures of them celebrating. They're happy to be alive. Then you get the Trios de Dangers universe. And all they are is they're sitting on rocks. And everything's on fire around them. Like the world's just been devastated. The Kai looks depressed. The Trios de Dangers look depressed. Like, they're so shitty, they're upset that they were even brought back. It was kind of sad. Feel sorry for them, but I hate the Trios de Dangers, so get them out of here. Another thing that happened towards the end of the episode is, I guess, dead is just a status effect. It's not like you didn't die. You're not gone. Like, you just have a halo over your head now. And I am Whis, and I can walk up, and halo's gone, you're alive. So you were kind of alive the entire time. It's just the halo signifies dead, even though you're alive, and all you gotta do is take away the halo. It got to the point towards the end of this series where like Whis is an infallible being. He can turn back time. He can resurrect the dead. What can't he do? He might as well be the super dragon. Whatever. But it's another thing that I did not expect was for this whole thing to have been a plan of Xenos. Xenos has been shown as childlike. Like he doesn't have like advanced thought. It's just, ooh, I'm having fun, yay! Or whoa, it's so bright. Not, I'm going to make this tournament that is going to go through the end, and if someone makes a selfish wish at the end, that shows me that everybody was not worthy to begin with. So I'm going to go ahead and destroy everything. But if a righteous person wins, then I'm going to go ahead and let everybody live. I didn't think that sounds more like something the Grand Priest would do. Is he even like evil? I don't know. There's a lot of questions. The series was bad to end on this. It needed more. I'd like another episode to show me what's going on after all of this was done. But as with all Dragon Ball, everything, as always, is back to normal completely again, except for Frost. Frost got fucked. That guy was so bad the dragon didn't even res him. I don't know what happened there, but whatever. I enjoyed it. I don't know if y'all did, or more like half of me enjoyed it, half of me hated it. There you go. That's really all I got for you. Take it easy.